End up with it basically. Ow. As Land Rover owners, we cannot resist the urge to bolt stuff onto them, whether it be roof racks, lights, checker plate, anything. The list is endless. They're so universal, so versatile. So I've gone and found something else to bolt on mine, and this is extremely passionate to what I like apart from Land Rovers. It's basically a bike rack, but I believe it's specifically for Land Rovers. And for those of you who know me, know that I love biking. I'm obsessed with mountain biking. I've got bikes coming out of my ears in the shed. And yeah, and when I found out that Sean had a bike rack specifically made for Land Rovers, he basically snapped his hand. I was like, give it to me, I need it. So he hasn't given it to us, as in like, here, you can have it. He's let us long-term borrow it. And I said to him, if you want it back, you know where it is, I've got it. So I thought it'd be really interesting, because I think it's really cool, to show you guys what it's like mounting on the back of the Land Rover, because again, it's Land Rover Pacific, I believe. And it's super robust. So yeah, let's take a look at it, and let's get it on the Land Rover and see what it looks like. Okay, so first things first, you end up with this, you get this plate, this big chunky plate. That is some thick old metal, and it has this like rail in it. And that, so where your tow bar goes, which I've got here, and I've taken off the Land Rover already, tow bar, that's the hitch part, and then your ball hitch goes on there. Well, this effectively mounts like that. Okay, and then obviously this goes on the front. So let's get that on. It's pretty straightforward. I think we can use the bolts that come with the tow bar. They should be long enough. You end up with it basically. Ow. You end up with it basically like that. So with the bottom piece mounted, you then have this piece, which is basically the bar that sits in that bottom bracket, and you have these two pins which slot into that. Okay, so pretty cool. It's got this little clip here, which I wondered what it was for before I had it all together. But yeah, it's clearly to lock them into place. Now, as you know, these hitches on the back of these Land Rovers aren't exactly wobble free, and everything's just been put together with pins. And obviously, the pins that go into this bike rack, coupled up with the pin that goes onto the hitch for the tow bar, it does have a little bit of wobble, but my theory is that we might be able to sort that out with a strap or something. I mean, maybe that's why this strap is on here. The other alternative is this thing isn't going anywhere. Yeah, it's going to wobble a bit, and as long as you strap your bike onto it well, this isn't coming off. This is some serious metal holding that on there. And another thing which is pretty cool is super simple, but it has these, and these are obviously what let's show you guys here. These are what tighten this down. They're literally, so you wind them in. I haven't done this one because I'm going to show you with my bike on in a minute, but you wind them in all the way, and then literally this, the tab just flops over there, and you put a padlock on that. Spike secure. Granted, they could probably pull the R clips out of the pins and take the rack and the bike if anyone was that way inclined, but that is going to be so awkward to deal with. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. That is an absolute find. Like I said, Sean hasn't given it to us. It's on long-term borrow. I'm more than happy to obviously say, you know, drive it back to his and let him have it back as soon as he wants it. So but he reckons he hasn't used it for so long. He said take it, use it and enjoy it, and like I said, I know where it is, so that's really good. I just want to clear that up. But look how robust this thing is. It was too good not to do a video on. But we've got these stickers on it. They've got this one which looks like it's been certified by something, and then we've got the V4. Don't know again what that means. I don't think the carpet and the cable ties here is you know, out of the factory, but you know, it's solid. It's not going anywhere, and it's obviously on there for a reason. Anyway, enough yip yap. Let's go get the bike and let's see what it looks like. Well guys, there you go, bike's on. It's secure. Granted, to say the least, that this bracket or this bike mount is obviously pretty, let's just say it wasn't made last year, but that doesn't really matter because it is holding my bike on well. But if you had, say, a modern mountain bike, they have quite chunky frames, maybe even a carbon fiber frame. This is probably not something you want to be clamping it down onto, or if you do, make sure you put loads of blankets and stuff around the frame and then clamp it down. But for my P7, it works quite well. Orange P7s, they don't have a very thick frame at all. They're quite minimalistic, so that's not a very thick tube, and it's only just in the clamp. So that's something to obviously bear in mind if you ever do think about making something like this or building something like this. So yeah, but I think it's absolutely ace. It's going to work really well for what I want to use it for. Even if I want to chuck Oscar's bike on there as well. We've got the two front clamps there, and we've even got a third clamp here. The fourth clamp, sorry, would definitely require a smaller bike, or you'd need to adjust the handlebars, because I'm on the second mount and my handlebars are about 3 inches away from the window. So yeah, that's just something to think about. But again, it's super cool. It's super simple, and it's solid. It's solid. You know, like I said, it's got a bit of a wobble, but with the bike on there now, actually, it's not too bad. I think it's definitely going to get some use. Okay, so it holds on pretty well. We just went down that track and that's pretty bumpy, so I think it's all right. It's a little bit rattly. It seems, from where I'm sitting here, it seems to hold on pretty good. I think the weight of the bike just keeps it in one place. I think if you had a really bumpy track at speed, that probably wouldn't do it very much good. So that doesn't do anything much good. Jem made a good point, is maybe the more bikes that are on it, the less bumpier it'd be. But I don't think there's something you've got to worry about, is that play in it, because it just seems to be sitting there quite comfortably. Again, if you're going down a rutted bumpy track, it's worth just taking your time, taking it easy, especially when you've got your pride and joy on the back. So yeah. Okay, so there you go, guys. We have tested it. It seems good. I like it. It works well. It works really well. I think it might work better with some more bikes on there. Maybe the weight will stop it rocking about a bit. But yeah, I think it works really nice. It's definitely not going anywhere. I know the bike's still on there. It's just to summarize, really. It's just downside: back door doesn't open unless you take the bike off and then fold the rack down. That's a bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. I think it's a small price to play for how robust and well manufactured it is. But again, massive thank you to Sean. I can't thank you enough, mate. We're going to get some serious use out of it, and like I say, when you need it back, just give me a ring and you know where it is. So yeah, thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.